The White House is taking aim at cryptocurrency. Take a look at this quote coming in from a new report by the White House. Some have suggested that near-instant digital payment systems like FedNow may reduce the need for circulating digital money. The report said, in that case, the benefits of circulating digital money after FedNow is launched may be minimal. In fact, the Federal Reserve Governor, Michelle Bowman, continued in August 22, that is my expectation, is that the FedNow addresses the issues that some have raised about the need for a CBDC, coming in and indicating that they could be trying to go in this route rather than the best route, which is to let decentralized crypto do its thing. And it gets worse than that. Take a look at exactly what they said. Specifically, their opinions on crypto were: it has been argued that crypto assets may provide other benefits, such as improving payment systems, increasing financial inclusion, creating mechanisms for the distribution of intellectual property and financial value that bypass intermediaries, that extract value from both the provider and the recipient. Looking under the hood at these arguments, however, shows a more complicated picture. So far, crypto assets have brought, quote, none of these. So the White House is now saying, Joe Biden is now saying, through his office, that there are no benefits that have been brought from cryptocurrency. If you just take a second to look at this in any serious matter whatsoever, you can quickly debunk each and every point. So they first say crypto does not bring the benefits for payment systems. Well, I happen to think when I was buying something at Tesla from the website with Dogecoin, that was pretty fun, and it was significantly better than using $1 for my personal experience, at least. How about that? Plus, your ability to transact across the globe, your ability to not have to pay things that are extremely expensive in terms of fees to go through things like Western Union and places like that. There are significant advantages to crypto that are already in material form, not that we have to even wait for. And this comes as we're starting to see crypto doing really well. It's up a lot on the week. Dogecoin starting to break out a little bit as well, up 5% on the day. XRP just broke out of nowhere, coming up 20.1% on the day. We are seeing a little bit of an altcoin season happening right now, as BTC is now up to 46.1% of the entire crypto market. Ethereum up to 18.7%. It's always good to see BTC above 45%. That is a very good signal for altcoin season, which is what we are amidst right now. It looks like that's going to be a much bigger thing in the coming days here. So we'll look for a few of these altcoins, including Dogecoin, to really see some big skyrockets. That's what we're going to be watching for. And on top of that, when you actually look into the details of this, you start to realize how silly it is. So it doesn't bypass intermediaries. Really? Well, then how come people in El Salvador are using it in a pretty serious way? How come people are using that for remittances and going past a lot of significant value bypasses? If it's not good for financial inclusion, how come so many more people who don't have access to banks in certain countries are actually using crypto to help them make purchases? How come people can escape and flee from places like Russia or Korea by using cryptocurrency to hold their currency, their value? There's so many ways this can be used that's already materialized, and it's only going to continue getting better. So it's pretty ridiculous that we have the Biden administration coming out and putting this statement out. This is not an article. This is a statement. This is a direct quote from the Biden administration that they do not believe the benefits have materialized whatsoever, even though not only have they, but they're only getting significantly better. And that's a good point, though. Yes, we are still early in crypto. Yes, we do still have a long way to go. No, all of the benefits have not even come close to materializing yet, but for you to say none of them have is ridiculous, and for you to imply that because not all of them have materialized yet, that means it's not worth pursuing is also ridiculous, because it's even more worth pursuing the fact that we are already seeing this much good, and we've barely even scratched the surface. That's encouraging, not discouraging. There is one politician, though, who seems to be on the right track here with this. We do have Ron DeSantis, who came out and said this, and I'm of the opinion when a politician does something good, regardless of the side they're on, praise it. When a politician does something bad, regardless of the side they're on, criticize it. We'll do that all up and down the board, no matter who it is. Unfortunately, in today's political world, people say, if it's my side, good. If it's their side, bad, no matter what. Even if it's something good or something bad, it doesn't matter. People are just one-track mindset. Let's try to break out of that to the degree we can. But the Biden administration's efforts to inject a centralized bank digital currency is about surveillance and control, says Ron DeSantis. Today's announcement will protect Florida consumers and businesses from reckless adoption of centralized digital dollar, which will stifle innovation and promote government-sanctioned surveillance. Florida will not side with economic central planners. We will not adopt policies that threaten personal economic freedom and security. There we go. That is absolutely true. We do not need the government to come in and make a centralized currency. What we want is for the currencies that already exist in the crypto space to be the ones that become prevalent, because those are not controlled by the government. There's no possibility that the government can become China 2.0 and start banning you from buying certain things with crypto, which will inevitably happen, especially if we see one party control, which is not out of the question. Right now, there's a possibility that we could see extreme one party control in the United States through specifically immigration, and most people who do immigrate here vote for one specific party. And if that happens on a large enough scale and continues happening, and then those same politicians who get elected because of that make even more extreme policies that make it even more easy for them to get elected, it's possible for a one monotone party because of the extreme emotions involved now. And the only way to change that would be to actually have a message that goes to people who are immigrating here from both parties, to have it be even playing field. I don't want there to ever be a time when one party takes full control, because that will be the one thing that can lead to the absolute destruction of everything good in the United States. Even though a lot of it has been destroyed, there's so much more good that can be destroyed. Same on a world scale. No currency by the government should ever be pushed anywhere. It should always be rejected. Joe Biden wants to sniff you to the moon. Says Christopher Arnell. Come with me, Joe Biden. Come. Look, Joe Biden, how about this? If you do not ban cryptocurrency, which he can't anyway, this is the good news. He doesn't have the power to do it. He doesn't have the full Senate. He doesn't have the full Congress. He does not have the power to do banning. He does not have the power to take down crypto, even though this appears to be his opinion that he wants to take stronger action against it. He can't. He doesn't have the power. But I will say this, Joe Biden, if you will actually come out and accept Dogecoin for taxes, I will let you sniff me all day long. You can sniff me on the hair. That's the only place I'll let you sniff me. Nowhere else, just the hair. You can get a couple sniffs in if you do that. Maybe it's a good deal. We'll see. We'll see. Only me, though. I know there's probably other people who you'd want to sniff that are in my family, but they're off limits. Only me. I can handle it. They shouldn't be subjected to that. Subhuman guy coming in with super chat. I appreciate that, subhuman guy. But Doge will not pass. And my opinion, Biden has absolutely dropped off of the cliff after he started doing this. After he came for crypto, it really is over at this point. He should not, if you're a Democrat, do not vote for Joe Biden for the nomination in 2024. Vote for literally anyone else, pretty much, at this point. Do not vote for anyone who's going to be anti-crypto, because that is not only bad for crypto, but it's indicative of more broad bad ideas that these people have if they're going to do that. You cannot have a government that wants more power for itself and less power for the people. That fails every single time. Take a look at this, though. We now have Elon Musk coming in and also pinning this tweet here, which of course has Doge in it. Look at that. He pinned the Doge tweet. That's nice to see. Talking about how there appears to be zero self-awareness amongst legacy media, that they behave like an NPC collective, which is interesting because you've probably seen that clip before, where all of them are just talking at the same time. Exactly what mind control looks like. It does seem inefficient that you would have this many people to say the same exact thing. Why not just have one of them record it and then just play it on all of them? I mean, yeah, it's a little bit silly. I mean, I get it. It's a business. They're trying to make money. It's a lot easier to write one script than write a bunch of scripts. But at the same time, I don't think a lot of people would have known this was happening if this video didn't go viral. So it's a good thing that that video did go viral. At least people are aware now that there's messaging that goes across to everyone. And unfortunately, the people who do write these scripts can be motivated to push bias. Of course. When you have this much motivation, this many political bias, this many people who hate each other, it's going to lead to a lot of bad things. It already has, and it will more. We have Fed now instant payments. To prove my point, your point is proved. Trump during office said he didn't like crypto, and now we have CBDC. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I've spoken out many times against Trump, and I will continue to do so, and why I do not think he should be the nominee for the Republican Party in 2024. Trump was not pro-crypto enough. He said multiple bad things about it. Now, I will give him credit that he didn't outright try to pass laws that prohibited or banned crypto or restricted it in any significant way. I will give him that credit. But he was not pro-crypto enough. He was not someone who encouraged it. He had multiple tweets where he had made negative comments actually toward crypto. Fortunately, no action was taken upon those comments, but still, those comments were there. And it's possible he's changed his mind by now. A lot's happened since then. Crypto's in an entirely different place than it was at that point in time. So maybe he's changed his mind, but I'm not willing to take that risk. Why would we, when we can elect someone younger who we know for a fact is going to be pro-crypto? And keep in mind, I'm saying this knowing that's the unpopular opinion here. Most people in the Republican Party and we do have a lot of Republicans who are part of our community, want Trump to win. And I fully get that, but I disagree. I do not want to see anyone who has had any anti-crypto stance at any point in time, anyone who's not pro-crypto, anyone who's not saying what Ron DeSantis is saying right now. I don't want to see anyone who's not saying that put in a position where they could potentially hurt crypto. I'm not willing to risk it. I don't trust any politician. Every single one of them who has been within any proximity to Washington is going to develop the ability to lie really well. And I don't trust anything any of these people say, no matter if they're the most popular or the least popular. Even if Trump said he's not going to do anything against crypto, well, actually, no, if he said that, that would actually be very good. He should say that. But even still, I would be a little bit worried, and I don't think he would be, at the very end of the day, I don't think he'd be enough pro-crypto, even if he's not anti-crypto. So there's just a lot to think about there, and I don't think he'll understand either, because he is part of the previous generation. He's older, right? He's 77, 76 now, so would be over 80 by the time he finishes his term. There's just a lot of reasons why it may be time to move on from him. Whether it's a popular decision or not, it probably is the best thing to do. Better than Ron, says Anthony Burton. Well, look, it doesn't have to be Ron necessarily. Someone who's young, who likes crypto, who's free thinking, who puts new ideas forward, that's who I want it to be. It doesn't have to be Ron. There's a lot of different options that it could potentially be. And if you're a Democrat, I've said it before, I'll say it again, Eric Adams is the most pro-crypto, currently the most pro-crypto mayor of any place, including Republican or Democrat, and he's a Democrat. So if you're a Democrat, I would highly recommend encouraging him to run for president. Maybe he won't, maybe he will. But if he does, that should be who gets your vote, in my opinion. Please stop saying Musk for president. He's far too important to be the country's figurehead. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Keep in mind, when I say Musk for president, I'm mostly just saying that for fun. It's not really an actual desire necessarily. I mean, it would be cool, but no, it's more just for fun. I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I'll see you in the next video.